Andy Serkis is a renowned British actor, director, and motion capture artist who has left an indelible mark on the world of film and performance. Widely recognized for his groundbreaking work in bringing digital characters to life through motion capture technology, Serkis has portrayed iconic roles such as Gollum in the Lord of the Rings trilogy and Caesar in the Planet of the Apes series. Although Serkis has played a number of digital characters, I wanted to focus on probably his most famous character, and that is Gollum or Smeagol from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. To explain the title of this video, I first need to introduce you to a film you may not have heard of. It's called The Black Cauldron.
A brave warrior.
I'll protect you.
A beautiful princess.
I'm Princess Alonwi.
An evil emperor.
Soon the Black Cauldron will be mine.
And a magical cauldron.
If the Horned King should find it, nothing could stand against him.
That holds the key to saving a mystical land. The Black Cauldron.
Okay, so the Black Cauldron clearly stole a lot of its inspiration directly from the Lord of the Rings. Where it gets weird is the character Gurgi.
Here's a lovely
Ooh, great prince. Give poor starving Gurgi munchings and crunchings. Nice apple. Good prince. Good apple. Oh boy, what a juicy apple.
Hey, no you don't.
The voice is so similar to Gollum from the Lord of the Rings live action series.
It tries to choke us. We must starve. Oh, poor miserable Gurgi deserves fierce smackings and whackings on his poor tender head. He does not care if we be hungry. He does not care if we should die. I was left with no munchings and crunching. Forgive poor Gurgi.
The issue is that the sound of the voice obviously didn't exist in the books from Lord of the Rings, and the live action movie series, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, doesn't exist yet. It won't exist for another 16 years. But wait. Before we jump to any conclusions, let us remember that there is an animated version of Lord of the Rings that predates the Black Cauldron. So let us look back and see what Gollum's voice sounds like in the animated version of Lord of the Rings.
Precious never to let him have it, but it's going to him. Now Precious is nearer every step. I can't help it. Smeagol promised to help Nice Hobbit. He took a cruel rope off our leg. He speaks nicely to me. He's a Baggins, my precious. A Baggins stole it. We hate Bagginses. Must have the precious. Must have it.
Yeah, it's miles apart. The voices are very dissimilar. They sound nothing alike. So who's doing this voice? The voice of Gurgi. Well, I did a little research, and I found on the Black Cauldron's IMDb page that the voice is done by John Byner. So who's John Byner?
Adding to the festivities tonight, the man of 1,000 faces, 100 voices, and 1,000,000 laughs, John Byner.
Hey, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be here. What a night. What an evening. I mean, we're talking about history. There's history here. There's a cosmic presence here.
I figured I would go back and check and see if there was anything out there about Andy Serkis researching this character, how he came to settle on the voice that he used for Gollum, being that it is such a famous character and such an amazing portrayal of the character. And this is what I found.
And this is the gospel truth. Whilst I was thinking and preparing and working on the character, my cat, Diz, one of our 3 cats, came into my kitchen and started coughing up a fur ball. And if you've ever seen a cat cough up a fur ball, it's really not a pretty sight. But anyway, they basically, their entire body ripples from head to toe. And this sound, this movement kind of goes from here all the way to the bottom of their back. And I was thinking, well, this is really interesting as I'm watching it. And then he started to literally go like that. And I thought, well, that might be very interesting if that then suddenly became so that's kind of how the voice started to come out.
So where does that leave us? Well, The Black Cauldron came out in 1985. That means that Gurgi's unique voice, which is voiced by John Byner, was first heard in 1985. The Andy Serkis voice, the voice of Gollum, is not heard until 2001, a full 16 years later. Gurgi seems to be a Gollum-like character. That voice, though, is original to The Black Cauldron. And it seems to me that voice was used as inspiration for the voice of Gollum in the live action movies. So it's like up is down and black is white and shit is getting confusing. That's impossible not to notice in this situation is the irony of stealing the voice of a character who is so covetous, so duplicitous, so maniacal and crazed for power that he can't control himself. Thank you.